Hello. We, uh, you know who we are.
And you are watching Hashtag Truth with Scott Larson.
Roll it.
Watch it all fall down around you now. Was it ever really worth it? Having your kingdom crumble to the ground? Because you never had the courage. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up.
Yeah, let's go. I'm ready, I'ma blow. And now I'm ready, I'ma blow.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Hashtag Truth. Tonight we have the one, the only, Captain D Capitate. How are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good. I'd be doing better if I didn't have to be on this damn show, but you conned me into it. You conned me into it.
Well, I tell you what, I appreciate it. I don't have a bounty to give you, but I promise you I have a bounty of questions.
Well, I'll trade for that. I'll trade for that.
There you go. I like that. Now, I've got to ask you. Now, I've got to tell you, the first thing I got to tell you is when I saw the picture of you, I sent you a friend request. You accepted it. I saw your picture and immediately, and your name, Captain D Capitate, and I fell in love with you. Before I even, met you in person a few minutes ago, the pirate, how did you come across Captain D Capitate?
Well, it's funny you should say about falling in love with me. Women have that problem all the time. So I completely understand that, Scott. Oh boy, where do I start? What was the question? You wanted to know how I got into piracy or how I got into wrestling?
You became a pirate manager. I want to hear the whole story. How did you come into pirates? I mean, you got to have a love for pirates to dress up like a pirate like this. So tell me
This all started probably back in 1985.
Okay.
I'm a big Jimmy Buffett fan.
Ah,
And the tailgating, if you've never been to a Buffett tailgating, it's epic. I mean, epic.
yeah.
I got tired of setting up the tiki bars and the hot tubs and all of that stuff. And I wanted to put together an authentic pirate outfit. My first incarnation was Captain Mango de Cahueso. That's Captain Mango of Key West.
Okay.
Okay. That was my first. He was a nice guy. But then the more I was around people, the more I became bitter and realized most people are buttholes and there's no reason to be nice to anybody out there.
I don't know many nice pirates though. Most pirates are depicted as somebody who will just rob and steal and plunder and leave you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there you go. Luke Fury.
That's my job, and I'm sticking to it. Especially gold. Gold when it's made into wrestling belts. Oh man, I love that. I love that. So I go for the gold. I want to take the ultimate booty back to the ship.
There you go.
That's the
You'll
wrestling
take
championship belt.
balloons and melt them down and make them into a nice wrestling belt, right?
That's right. That's right. That's right. So anyhow, back to my story before you rudely interrupted me.
I gotcha.
So I did that for a long time, just going to Jimmy Buffett concerts. And when I put it together, I had decided I didn't want a Halloween costume. I wanted an authentic looking pirate costume. So I've probably spent 4,000 or 5,000 doubloons to put all this together.
Nice.
Fast forward, I bought a $90,000. You got that $90,000 chopper motorcycle that's all pirate themed. So
Wow.
I used to do bike shows, and I'd have girls that would work with me as my winches and mermaids. And I tell you, that was fun.
That's epic. That is epic.
That was fun.
You are gonna have to send me a picture of that motorcycle, sir, because I would love to see that motorcycle.
I sell them for $5 a piece. So you send it through PayPal, and I'll get it to you.
I tell you what,
I don't give away anything. I don't give away anything free. I want you to know that.
I got you.
I'm not a dumb pirate.
I like that. What afterwards we will exchange PayPal information, and I will definitely get you that because I really want to see a picture of that. But go ahead.
It's called the Blue Pearl.
The Blue Pearl. I love it.
The guy that built a bike before that. It was called the Black Pearl, like from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
He sold that, and then he built this bike called the Blue Pearl.
Nice.
And it's got a $15 paint job on it.
Wow. Now, if you tell me that the bags in the back look like treasure chests, I'm just gonna pop.
No, I don't have. There's no bags in the back. It's a chopper. It's all sleek.
I got you.
When I bought it to trailer it around, I had to buy a 15-foot trailer because it wouldn't fit in a 12-foot trailer. It was that long with the extensions and the front and the little fork in the back.
Nice.
So it's a beauty. It's a beauty.
So you actually ride around on a Blue Pearl. See, I mean, this is just amazing. The whole gimmick. And excuse me for saying that because this is your lifestyle. But as a fan, I have to say that word. But you ride around on the Blue Pearl chopper with pirate stuff on, and I see you have an emblem on your hand. We're going to talk about that soon. And it's just I love it. How did people first react when you came out at a wrestling show? When you first came through the curtain, dressed to the hilt, looking like you do?
I've had a pretty good reception wherever I go. It's you being connected with the wrestling business, I don't have to tell you that it's tough when you do that first show in a new promotion. But I've learned how to piss people off pretty quick. What I try to do is get the mic in my hand, because if you go out as a heel manager and you can't get the mic in your hand, you can only piss people off one-on-one.
Right.
If you get that mic in your hand, you can piss everybody off in a matter of seconds.
Now, what's your go-to line when you grab the mic? What's that first line that you use to make everybody upset?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
I don't really have one. It's just kind of I kind of feel the crowd out. I'm not one of those.
So you're not one of those yo ho ho pirates. You actually just say whatever comes to mind.
Whatever comes to mind, yeah. Kind of when any promo that you've ever seen me shoot, that's a one-time deal.
Okay. See, I like that. It's all original.
I just decide what I when, where, and who, and think about it, and then tell the guy to roll the camera, and we'll get done. And he'll go, are you happy with it? I said, did it sound okay? And he said, yeah, it was okay. I said, then we're done. I'm not big on going back rehab, unless I really screw up, then I'll do it. But I don't screw up a lot.
Right.
But I don't really have a first thing. I'm not one of those heels that like to embarrass people, talk down to people. Like, what town you from?
I'm from Chesney, South Carolina.
Chesney.
Yes.
Is that where Kenny's from?
Kenny?
Kenny Chesney.
That's cool. I like that. No,
You
different.
never heard that? I can't believe you never heard that before. Living in a town called Chesney.
Chesney spells it with the EY. This one's EE.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I could see the people of South Carolina might not be able to figure that out. I understand that now. I understand that. But I don't like going out and saying, boy, I can tell I'm in Chesney, South Carolina because of the smell, or do you people know what toilet paper is, or or the toothbrush must have been invented here, because if it's been invented anywhere else, it would have been a teeth brush.
You've definitely Chesney, South Carolina.
That I can tell as a couple. Ask them if they're cousins.
Right.
I don't like doing that, but if the crowd starts to really get on my nerves, I'll resort to that.
But I can tell you from what you just said, you've really been to Chesney, South Carolina. You've been through our town.
Where is Chesney, South Carolina? Now make sure I never go through there, but where is it?
It's right on, like I said, it's on 221, right off of 221. It's right below. I'm right on the borderline of South Carolina and North Carolina. The best way I could describe it is we're north of Spartanburg, South Carolina, but south of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
We're in between.
I go down a lot. I have a house in Daytona Beach.
Okay.
And I can either go down to DC and go down 95, or I can go down to Charlotte and cut over, go down to what is that, Charles?
You probably go down to 85 if you go down that way.
Well, no, 85 takes you over to Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta. I have a sister in Atlanta. I go that way. Okay. But I come down to and cut over, get down to 28. What is that? It begins with a C.
Columbia?
Columbia. Yeah, going down to Columbia and cut over.
Yeah, I got you.
I'm aware of that area, but what was it called again? Chesney?
Chesney, correct.
Okay, I'm putting that into my GPS. Do not ever Chesney.
Well, I can tell you right now, we are nowhere near water, so there's no ships here. So there's probably no reason for Captain D Capitate to ever be in Chesney.
That was easy for you to say, wasn't it?
We're not rich, so there's nothing to steal. There's definitely no reason for Captain D Capitate.
You're having trouble with that, aren't you? Why don't you just call me Joe? Say, hey, Joe.
Yeah, I'm having. Well, I have to tell you, I am disabled and I take a lot of medicine, so I had to take my medicine just before the show. So big words like Captain Decapitate kind of.
There you did it. All you got to do is think about it.
I had to slow
think about
it a little bit. There you go.
So anyhow, back to my story before you interrupted me again. So I have this motorcycle and I'm doing bike shows. And I have an actress from DC contact me, and she wants to do a photo shoot with me. She was big into steampunk at the time. Oh, and so we set it up through a photographer down in Fredericksburg, Virginia. Okay. And we hit it off at the photo shoot, and she said, "You need to be in movies." So I said, "Okay, I'm not." I might have looked like my normal self there for a while. But I said, I don't know how I'm going to fit into movies. Well, she got me a one-day walk-on as a pirate zombie in a movie called Mills versus Zombies.
Nice.
And that I worked 10 more weekends on that movie as 10 different zombies in that movie. And I've been involved with well over 50 movies now. And that's been in the last 7 years. So
all that money you put into this character is actually paying off and coming back, is what you're saying.
Well, here's a quick story, side story.
Okay.
Like I said, I did it for Jimmy Buffett tailgating. Well, I went to the venue here outside of DC for a Buffett concert, and some people out in the audience were asked me and said, "You coming back to see Kenny Chesney?" And I'd like Kenny, but and I said, "Nah." And they go, "No, you fit right in." So it was like 2 weeks later. So I went back and dressed up as Captain Mango. Captain Mango is just a nicer guy than what I am.
Right.
He's kind of a pushover,
So is he the alter ego of Captain D Capitate?
Yeah, he's kind of Pirates of Penzance,
I got you.
He's that kind of guy. Well, maybe not quite that kind of guy, but he's a pushover compared to me.
Okay.
So I go, and back then, this was 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. There was still a lot of cowboy boots and cowboy hats. Now you go to Kenny Chesney tailgating, you can't tell the difference between his tailgating and Buffett's tailgating. It's
cool.
It's the same trop rock. So I go in, and at the time I was going to concerts by myself because my wife had a hearing problem. So I got a ticket in like the 5th row. As soon as they dropped the curtain, I knew Kenny saw me because he came out, pointed at me, went over to the drummer, pointed at me. They got a big smile, and I'm like, that was worth the price of admission right there.
Right?
And so I'm enjoying the concert. About halfway through the concert, I get a tap on the shoulder from a security guard that I know at the venue. And he's like, "Come with me." And I'm like, "What did I do?" And he goes, "Just come with me." As we're walking up the aisle, he said, "You're not going to believe this. I'm working backstage." And he said, "Kenny wants you up on stage."
Nice.
So he took me around back and waited on the side of the stage. I was so nervous. I can't tell you anything that happened on stage. I remember walking out, and when you walk, I just kind of walked out with my hands up like this, and when you first walk out there, it was a pretty good sized venue. It's probably
a sea of people, right?
Yeah, maybe 28,000 people, maybe 27. Yeah, it's just, you just start seeing people and people and people and people and people. And I walk out, and I can't honestly tell you what was said. I have no idea.
You were probably on cloud 9, right?
I was. Yeah, that was it. Because I put this outfit together to originally to meet Jimmy Buffett. I've never met Jimmy. I know all the core Reefer band. In fact, some of them I call friends.
Right.
And now that I've become kind of friends with Kenny, he's got me up on stage 4 times now.
Wow.
He did a
kind of what do you call that? People that follow artists around. You're a roadie
or a stalker.
I don't. There you go. Well, he's probably got a few chests of gold back there. He
probably does. But I've cut a couple promos for his Sirius radio station. In fact, funny, I was out driving today for business, and one of my promos come up, and I'm like, it's such a cool feeling, because that Sirius radio is being heard worldwide.
Yeah, it's millions and millions of subscribers.
Yeah. So so they did the Captain Mango thing, got into the movies, and probably about 5 years ago, I did a movie called Wrestle Massacre. Because most of the movies that I did initially were horror-based movies. I've tried to get away from that now, but they were horror-based movies.
Right.
And so I did this movie, and that was a real thrill for me because growing up as a wrestling fan, I got to work with Nikolai Volkov.
Nice.
The Sandman. Man, I was just reading Tony Atlas. And
you're some huge wrestling names, sir.
Yeah. And so I got to work on this movie with them. And like I said, we did this. I met this guy named Ron Vox. He runs Voltage Wrestling up in Hamburg, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And I got talking to him and told him how big of a wrestling fan I was, that I was never physically fit enough to think about being a wrestler. And I just turned 71 years old. So, you know, I'm not a spring chicken here, you know?
Right, right.
So he said, I showed him pictures and he said, we'll give you a shot as a manager, but we need a heel. And I said, well, I can't make Captain Mango a bad guy. So I came up with this darker character called Captain D Capitate.
Nice.
And
now, have you ever scared any children coming out? I mean, I know heels are known for, you know, getting up in children's faces and make them cry. Have you ever walked up to a child and made them cry?
No.
Okay.
If I see they're scared, I don't go any further.
Right. I got you.
I try to be there. There's
you don't like that.
I walk in the wrestling business, you know, and say that I need to be a bigger heel than what I am. Right. But I want to be, you know, first off, I want to sell merch, you know.
Right. There you go.
I don't want people to hate me so bad they won't come to my merch table, you know.
Right. Exactly.
And so I just try to piss them off, and when I
just
first,
their attention, right?
Yeah. When I first started, I in my house in Daytona Beach, Jimmy Hart used to have a bar, about 4 miles from my house, right on the beach. I used to go over and watch Raw and SmackDown with him whenever I was down there.
Nice.
So I get this opportunity, and I go over before I got my first show, and I go, you know, Jimmy, I'm not used to being booed. I've always been a nice guy. I'm not used to being booed.
Right.
What's it like? And he goes, baby, let me tell you, every boo you hear is a cheer. He said the worst thing is when you walk through that curtain, no noise.
Yes.
The promoters want to hear noise.
Yes.
So I came up with and I got a real hatred for Captain Crunch cereal.
I noticed the second. I mean, it wasn't 30 seconds after I put up the thing about you being on #Truth that somebody called you Captain Crunch.
Right. And I hate being called Captain Crunch.
Okay.
I have left buildings because they keep calling me Captain Crunch.
Wow.
And they keep I don't understand this. They keep calling me a cheater. You know? They say I got 2 hot sauce brands.
Okay.
Capitate hot sauce brands. Booty Pucker and Arse Burner.
Wow.
And they claim,
I mean, you say you got merch. You've got real merch with your name on it.
Oh, check this out. This is, got to make sure I had to wear these glasses tonight because I wasn't sure how ugly you were going to be, and I didn't want to have to really see you through
pretty
this.
ugly. I got missing teeth. I'm 500 pounds. You know,
maybe once I get to know you, I'll take these off, but I can't. You know, this is like my COVID of the eyes. This is my.
I have never
so my eyes don't get
the eyes. That is my first.
Okay, I think I've got this up right here. But I got my own car air fresheners. I can't over here.
I see it. Oh
car
man,
air fresheners.
That's what I'm about.
And then these just came in. This has moved me up the echelon of professional wrestling. I've got my own slam buddy.
Oh my gosh, you got a Captain I'm going to say this right. Captain D Capitate Slam Buddy. I love it.
Just call me Captain.
Captain. There you go. You got a Captain Slam Buddy.
You like that?
I love that.
Just got them in. Anybody watching? They're $36. $10 I can have them shipped to you. And I numbered them on the back so that you'll get 1 of 100 of this first edition.
Nice. I love it.
So I do have merch table. I've got probably 20 8x10s. I've probably got 5x7s.
Now, the first picture I ever saw you with, like I said, I found you on Facebook and I sent a friend request. And then, of course, you said yes. And it pops up. And the first picture I see is you with a young lady Very nice young lady. You guys are like back to back against each other. She's a brunette. I don't know if that rings a bell, but
how long ago was that?
I tell you what, let me hit your Captain Decapitate thing while we're talking.
Because I've been photographed with so many beautiful young women. I don't know which one you're talking about. I think I know, but I'm not sure.
Let me find your
And Captain Mango over the 14, 15 years. I still, Captain Mango still comes out every now and then. In fact, Captain Mango just about 2 months ago on a radio station here in Hagerstown started a radio show called Captain Mango's Trop Rock Bay. And I just played trop rock music.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize how many pictures you have. You have pictures with a lot of young ladies. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it.
Hey, I'm a pirate. They all love pirates.
Wow.
That was the one thing when I decided to be a pirate, I did it just for Jimmy Buffett tailgating to begin with. I had no idea the universal appeal of pirates. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're male, female, young, old, whatever race they are. Everybody loves pirates.
I'm gonna.
Why we were the scum of the earth, but
I'm gonna download this picture so they can see a full screen picture of you. You can explain how old this is or
okay.
what happened. But
Let
this
me
is
look at it here. Oh,
looks like you got a Jolly Roger flag and you got some kind of skull on top of it. You're holding it.
Yeah, that's my flagpole. I actually have my own Captain D Capitate flag now.
Oh,
that's
wow.
That's not too far back, maybe 2 years.
Okay.
I thought you said I was with a young lady.
Yeah, I'm like you said, I didn't realize how many pictures you had taken. So I'm trying to find it, but it's probably way back. It was I think
I know what you.
Okay. Let me find it. I will find it. I will find it. She's wearing the same colors as you are.
And is it kind of a fall leafy background?
Yes.
Okay.
You're describing the picture perfectly.
That was taken by one of, if not the best photographer I know, one of the top three. And I'd been work with him for years. I've been honored to work with a lot of amazing photographers and a lot of amazing models, and it's still, I still don't understand. I guess why they want to take pictures of me. You know that concept. I don't understand it.
I mean, that's what I'm not going to lie to you. The second I saw it, like I told you, the second I saw that picture of you and her, I knew I had to ask you to come on the show. And it had nothing to do with wrestling, to be honest with you, because I was like, you got to be an amazing manager, but just the outfit. And then when I spoke to you when we first came on the show, and I'm still looking for that picture, but when I spoke to you when you first came on the, when I first got you in StreamYard here, we were speaking and you were like, this is my life. This isn't just a character. I'm actually part of a pirate union or a pirate,
pirate crew. Yes.
Pirate crew, things like that. So I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a short commercial real quick. And then I want to talk about the stamp on your hand or tattoo on your hand. And you could tell us about that. So let me hit this quick commercial. The Wrestling Classic is coming up for Pro Wrestling Union, guys. And this is their commercial. You guys are going to want to see this show. It's going to be awesome. We'll be right back with Captain Decapitate, and we're going to talk a lot more about pirates in just 30 seconds. Here we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, professional wrestling returns to Union, South Carolina on Saturday, March the 26th at the Union County Recreation Department as Pro Wrestling Union presents the Wrestling Classic. See some of the greatest professional wrestling action that you have known from Pro Wrestling Union. you'll see some of the best superstars in the independent scene, such as The Anomaly, Antonio Morgan, The Outlaw, Randy Wayne, Black Cat, Dion Johnson, the Tag Team Champions, the Heat Seekers, the Carolinas Champion, the Great Dane of the Game, Bebop, and also don't forget the main event as NWA Superstar Colby Corino challenges Chase Emery, the All-American Blue Chipper, for the Pro Wrestling Union Heavyweight title. All of this and more on March the 26th, Union, South Carolina at the Union County Recreation Department, the Wrestling Classic.
There you go. Pro Wrestling Union, the Wrestling Classic. You don't want to miss it. Now we're back with Mr. Decapitate.
I didn't hear my name there.
No, it wasn't
I
in
didn't
there.
hear my name there.
I'm pretty sure that Cole Maccabee, who is going to be on Friday, if you tune in Friday night, you'll see the owner and promoter of Pro Wrestling Union, and I will tell him all about you, and maybe he'll get in contact with you.
I'd love to come down there for a show. It's a little bit of a drive, but, you know.
Oh, I will definitely have Cole. Cole watches this show regularly, and he knows I'm playing the commercials today, so I'm pretty sure he'll be watching this show. And
Hey,
Cole,
I'll get the audience riled up, man. By the time I get out of there, they're going to hate me, and you're not going to want to hear a chant of Captain Crunch again. Believe me.
There you go. There you
Believe
go.
me.
You know what? I hate to say this, but one of my wife's favorite cereals is peanut
Don't
butter
say it.
crunch. Peanut butter. It's peanut butter Captain Crunch, but
No,
never look at that box the same again. When she pulls it out, I'm going to say that's not Captain Decapitate. I'm just saying.
okay.
Every time she pulls that box out, I'll say that's not Captain Decapitate.
Okay, but just you don't have to say that name again.
No. I won't say the name of the cereal anymore. I just had to make sure that people
Okay.
know what I'm talking about.
Because that was starting to piss me off a little bit.
No.
A little bit.
Never again. I don't want a saber through my chest. I just
A saber. I got something better than a saber. Look at this.
Oh, you got the actual hook. I don't want that. No, sir. Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Oh. Is that like jewels and stuff? Wow. That is amazing. I love that.
I don't shortcut it. I don't shortcut on anything, Scott. Anything.
I see that, and I love that about you. I'm beginning to love that about you. Now, I said before the break that we were going to talk to you about the tattoo on your hand. If you wouldn't mind showing everybody what I'm talking about.
Tell me when you can see it.
There you go. Perfect. That's perfect. So what is that, and what does that mean?
That's a Leviathan. That's a sea creature, like a sea dragon. The Leviathan is a pirate group originated in Daytona Beach, Florida, where my house is at. And I became a member when I moved down there. I became a member while I was still basically Captain Mango, way before I became Captain D Capitate. And two funny stories about that. One is when I started making movies, lots of times what I tried to do is we have an arm band that we wear, and right. I tried to sneak that into movies when I could. Well, they caught on that, but most independent movies don't have enough money to cover up tattoos. So
right.
any movie I'm in, look for the Leviathan tattoo.
There, I will definitely do that. Now, every pirate movie I ever watch, I'm going to be looking for that tattoo on somebody's hand.
Oh, you won't see one like that.
I'm just saying, I'm looking for you is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. But I must have been, when I joined, there's probably over 2,000, maybe 3,000 members nationwide now.
Wow.
When I joined, there was probably 600. Can you believe I was the first pirate in the Leviathan to think about getting the logo tattooed on my hand? You know?
Okay.
All those you would have thought everybody had that tattooed somewhere.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Women on their boobs or their butt.
Now, I have to ask. You're part of the Leviathan. You're putting all this investment into being a pirate. Have you ever been on an actual pirate ship?
Yes.
Okay.
I was on a galleon, which could have been a pirate ship.
Right, right. I don't know any other way to describe it. I understand it. I guess the way I could put it is: have you ever been on one of the old-fashioned ships with the cannons that come out the side? And
Yeah.
I'm thinking Peter Pan in my head for some reason, and I know you probably hate that name too. But
I remind you of Peter Pan.
No. I said when I was thinking of the ship.
Oh, okay. Well, I get at wrestling shows, if I don't get Captain Crunch, I get Captain Hook.
Yeah. I would never insult you like that ever.
Of course, I get Jack Sparrow.
Right.
That wannabe.
That
a funny story.
Your money, but doing the same.
I went to a convention, a movie convention, and Ricky Dean, man, I can't remember his last name right offhand, but anyhow, he was in all three of the Back to the Future movies.
Okay,
he was one of the gangs on.
I got you.
No, he was one of the gang. But anyhow, he was there. Well, at nighttime we were in a bar, and I stayed dressed up as Captain Mango, and we're leaving the bar, and he comes up to me and he goes, "Man, I got to tell you something." He said, I got some pictures of you while you were in the bar. He said, "I hope you don't mind." I go, "No, I don't mind." And he said, and I tell you, he said, "I sent them to my friend Johnny Depp," and he said, "You got a thumbs up from Johnny Depp."
Oh my gosh, dude, you're about to get really mad because I got to show you what one of my good friends put up here, and you think Captain, I won't say that word. I promised you I wouldn't say that name, but if you think that makes you mad, look at this. He said, "Captain D's makes great fried fish. Can I have some extra hush puppies?" Get him, man.
That is my chain of restaurants there. So the laugh's on him. Yes, we make
Yes.
good hush puppies. Be sure to stop in there all the time.
There you go. I love it. Now
I had forgotten all about that. And where was that last Friday? I was at a wrestling show up in Western Pennsylvania.
okay.
And on the way home, I happened to go by Captain D's, and I'm like, I didn't know they were still in existence.
Please tell me you walked into Captain D's in total outfit.
No, this was after a show, so this was like 11:30 midnight.
Oh man, that would have just came out from behind. The cooks and everybody would have came out from behind.
Yeah. I walked into. Oh man, I've worn the outfit. I've taken piracy to so many places that it should have never been. I mean, I've been out to Las Vegas a couple times, and walked up and down the strip at Treasure Island, which is known as T now, and they're trying to get away from the pirate theme.
Right.
They actually kind of kicked me off the premises there. They asked me to leave.
Crazy, man. They need to hold on to their on to what made them what they are.
But I used to work in Key West as a street performer. Okay. I just stood on the corner of Duval Street, right at Sloppy Joe's, and just stood there, and people go, "Can I get a picture with you?" And I go, "All right, I work for tips." And I can make 25, 35, 45 bucks an hour, but that's still not enough to live in Key West.
Wow.
Oh, no, it's Key West is up there. Yeah. In fact, I'm going down to Key West for 7 days, March 4th, March 5th. Going down to, I have a timeshare down there, going down to Key West. Don't get down as much as, that's my original name, Captain Mango de Cahueso. Cahueso means island of bones. And that was the original name of Key West. So I was basically Captain Mango of Key West. So,
Ron Emerson, another great podcaster, which I would love to see you on his show too. He said, "Nope, Key West is high as hell. I miss the world of beer when it was better."
yeah, I wish I'd have gone to Key West. Oh, I've been going down for 15, 18 years now, maybe 20. I wish I'd have gone to Key West 40 years ago when I wanted to, because it's commercialized. But if you're, and I'd still consider myself kind of a displaced local, because I've spent so much time there.
He said he loves the cigar bar down there too.
Yeah, I'm not sure that there was a nice. It wasn't a cigar bar, but it's set on Duval, right near the church, and you could go in there and buy cigars, and they had like 4 barber chairs in the window, and you could sit in the window and smoke your cigar. We used to always go down play games when we'd see people coming. We take a stance, and then and the
like
people,
you're a mannequin.
yeah. I unfortunately was the first one to always break down. I'd see the people's reaction and I'd start laughing.
That's cool, man. That is totally awesome.
Yeah.
Now bringing it back full circle, bringing it back to wrestling. Who you said you got into you got into it, you started going to shows. How many what type of wrestler does Captain D Capitate manage? I mean, does he have to have some kind of gimmick that has to do with pirates, or is it just you'll walk out anybody?
My main man is Sabal Del Mar. He's a 300-year-old sea creature.
Okay.
And only has one eye, wears a mask, only has one eye. He's my main. He was kind of one of the first guys I hooked up with. Of course, I always manage a heel. I don't want to be around those pussy ass faces, I want a bad guy. It all depends on the promotion. Sometimes I don't even know who I'm managing until I show up at the show.
Right.
But I've got regulars. One of my regular here at Voltage Wrestling, right here in Hagerstown, Maryland, is the Beast Man. Right. And he's probably 420, 430 pounds.
I've got a picture here that says it was taken in May, or at least you put it on your Facebook page in May of 2021. And he's got a belt. So let's see who this is. Who is this with you?
That's the ball.
Okay. So that's the sea creature.
That's the sea creature. If you notice, look, well, you can't see much of my background here, but it was taken here on the ship.
I see that. I see the background. Very nice.
Right here in the ship.
Okay. So how much pirates? I want to say piracy, but I don't know if that's the right way to say it. How much pirate things do you have around your house? I mean, is it
a lot, but not as much as you would think.
Pirate stuff.
Yeah, I got a lot, but not as much as you would think.
Okay.
I've got some like expensive pieces, that can be traced back to almost that time period. And I got a couple sculptures that were handmade for me that I want to work into the program here.
Right.
And I mean into the Captain D Capitate program, not this one.
Right. Now I have to ask the question, or I'd probably be ran off of hashtag Truth on a Rail. Who is your favorite pirate? Whether it be fictional or real, who was your favorite pirate?
Calico Jack Rackham. And the reason for that is on his ship, that's where Anne Bonny and Anne Bonny and So anyhow, he had 2 women on board the ship, and they disguised themselves as men.
Okay.
And they were a threesome back then.
Okay. They were
And
a little.
I figure any man that can put up with 2 women on a ship, he's okay in my book.
Now, 2 women that could act like pirates. They had to be tough women.
Oh, they were probably pretty ugly. You know,
Well, I mean,
pretty rough.
but they'd have to be pretty tough. I mean, living a pirate's life. I mean, everything I've ever seen about a pirate, it's a pretty tough life.
Yeah. In fact, when their ship got captured, and supposedly, man, I can't think of the other name, Anne Bonny and Mary Read.
Okay.
They were one of the last 2 captured. They fought to the very end. Well, when it went to the trial, Anne Bonny got off because she was pregnant, and Mary Read, not real clear what happened with her. But when Jack got put on the stand, Anne Bonny said, "You know, if you'd have fought like a man, you wouldn't have to die like a coward." So she was
very good. I like that.
You know, so yeah, he's kind of my favorite. You can't be a pirate and not admire it like Blackbeard. You know, I mean, he's the ultimate bad guy.
Right.
I wish I could figure out a way to put something in my beard and my hair to, look like fire, but I haven't figured that out yet.
Maybe somebody out there can come up with an idea. But I tell you what, we're going to hit our last commercial break right here and go into our last segment. So if you guys, I haven't forgotten about you guys over here making comments and questions. I'm going to get to you right after this commercial break.
And don't any of you go anywhere.
That's right. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with Captain.
We're counting the numbers. We're watching the numbers.
That's it. We are, without a doubt. We'll be right back after this quick commercial from TurboTax.
People think unusual circumstances means complicated taxes. But for a TurboTax life expert like me, it just makes things interesting. So, give us the ambitious new startup, the failed small business.
All of your dependents and dependents. Dependents.
Yes, give us your surprising inheritance, your odd injuries too, even your semi-nomadic life in a van. An interesting life can mean an even greater refund. You do your thing. We've got your taxes.
TurboTax, yes. Me and my wife have been using TurboTax for the last 5 years, so it's just that's the reason why I called them up and had them become a sponsor on #Truth. We've had 5 years of no problem taxes. As a matter of fact, we've done our taxes for free for the last 5 years. Just go look at TurboTax, and they will get you all the money you deserve. Captain D Capitate. Now,
I don't pay taxes.
You take them, don't
taxes.
Yeah, I bet you take them, don't you?
I'll take them. I'm kind of like the Robin Hood of the 7 Seas.
I'll tell you what, these guys are all, Ron said swashbucklers and scallywags.
Yes. Yes.
Outlaw is here. Rod Emerson, he must have been frequented Key West or lived near Key West or something, because he's talking all about Key West. He said, not Hagerstown. I hated working up there. Montgomery County was always a traffic nightmare.
Oh yeah, Montgomery County is. Hagerstown's getting about as bad.
Outlaw asked, who are you? And then he said, Captain D needs to hurry with my fish sticks. They're of course. I have to ask now, being a pirate, you probably have a dagger and a sword and things. Have you ever pulled it on anybody?
No. In fact, I got, like I said, I got some real authentic ones. And
right.
I used to wear them with outfits, but then, you go to places and, no weapons allowed, or you got to have them sheathed, or, just the
kids and people who want to grab them and
yeah. And so I just don't. Other than the hook, that's the only weapon I carry anymore on me, unless it's for an actual show where I'm going to be away from people.
These guys are not going to give up. I don't know who this is, but you might know him. Danny Moore said, we got, and I'm not going to say the name because I promised you on the podcast. They love calling you that. I have no idea why, man. I like this whole pirate. I wish I could pull it off. That would be really cool. But there's not many 500-pound pirates out there.
Right. Well, in life, I don't deal with a lot of regrets, and even in personal life, because I figure whatever decisions you made in the past, you made with the information you had.
Exactly.
But once I get into professional wrestling, I wish I would have been able to get into it sooner. Because like I said, I'm 71. Still in great health, can probably do this for another 10 years, 12 years, maybe.
Right.
But it would have been nice to have, be able to look on to a 25, 30-year career, maybe, and I also realize that I'm and especially COVID, I was on a roll before COVID.
Right.
And that year and a half off at my age really hurt me. And if I had any shot of, well, let me back off again. I didn't know I had a bucket list in professional wrestling until actually 4 years ago. Last weekend was my 4th year anniversary. And you take a year and a half off because of COVID,
Right.
I haven't been doing this too long.
Right.
But so I didn't know I had a bucket list, but the two things I had on a bucket list was I wanted to work in my hometown, and I did that last summer.
Nice.
And I want to do, it doesn't have to be WWE or AEW, but I want that feeling of walking down that ramp with all the lights going off and everything. I want to see what that feels like.
And I'm with you. I hope you get there, sir. I really do. And I'm saying, and I'm meaning that as a fan, I would love to see somebody with your stature, with all this time and effort that you put into this, be able to do that. I think that would be awesome, and I'm definitely cheering for you. I hope it does happen. I really do.
What? I was real encouraged because they AEW hired that Dan Housen.
Yes.
And I figure if they'll hire Dan Housen, now I understand he wrestles, I don't, but if they'll hire Dan Housen, I might have a shot. I just like to. And
anybody.
I keep making more connections in upper level professional wrestling, and if push comes to shove and I start to get older and older, I'll just go beg to somebody, say, hey, look, I just want to win. I just want to be on AEW Dark one time. That's all I want.
WWE loves going to Tampa Bay and doing WrestleManias and things like that. The last time they was in Tampa Bay, they had the pirate themed WrestleMania.
Well, the only problem was the year before that is when COVID started.
That is true. They didn't have anybody in the audience that year. You're right.
Had COVID not hit, I probably would have been able to get, if not something on the WWE program, on one of the minor programs going on in Tampa while that's going on,
Right.
But man, that was, chances of WrestleMania being in Tampa again in my lifetime is probably
stadium. They had it at Buccaneer Stadium. Yeah.
Yeah. But in all honesty, if I get that one shot, if it comes from the WWE, I'm certainly not going to turn it down. But
no,
I would rather it be AEW.
Right.
AEW or even
people are liking AEW more than WWE nowadays.
Oh, I tell you, I've been to a lot of WWE shows over the years, And I've been to 2 AEW shows down at Daly's place, right there at Jacksonville Stadium that they built,
Right.
the small venue. And I
Right.
tell you what, you go. The last one I went to, they shot Dark. They shot Dynamite Live,
Right.
and they shot the first Rampage. So
Oh,
we got,
nice.
for the price of a ticket, and I got a ticket in the 4th row. I only paid like $125. Of course, I waited till the last minute. $125, but I got to see 3 wrestling shows taken.
For all 3 shows. My God, you got a
Yeah.
deal.
And just about everybody was on there. And if you get a chance, probably one of the best matches I've seen live was the women's tag team match. It was Ty Conte and Anna Jay against Penelope Ford and can't think who else. But it was
Go and check it out. I will look it up.
It was a street fight. Oh
Tag?
my God! It was wild. It was wild.
Now, before we go, I've got one more picture I want to show you, and I want you to tell me what's going on in this picture because it's gotta look like it's some kind of press conference or something. But check this one out.
Oh, that's was a show. It's not running right now, but there was a show here in Hagerstown called oh man, they're gonna hang me by the sails for forgetting it. But anyhow, it was on every Saturday morning, and it was kind of a wrestling talk show.
Okay.
Here in Hagerstown, and I was on there as a guest. That guy's Mike Raddick. He's the owner of Baldy Tricer, and him and I have never seen eye to eye. Never seen eye to eye. He just won't give my man Beast Man a title shot. Kept him out of the original fight for it, and now won't give him a title. So we cause havoc at shows.
There you go. That's
we
what I'm
cause
talking.
havoc at shows.
There's a lot of people talking. There's a lot. Ron Emerson said MCW.
Well, they're no longer in the venue that they were for years. They're a traveling show now. But
Okay.
yeah, when they were in their permanent location, they had a nice entrance and ramp there. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
So
Okay,
it
guys.
doesn't have to be up at AEW level. I just want to know what I did one show where we came out and walked right from the stage. The stage was level with the ring, and that was
Right.
kind of cool. But no lights or anything.
Right.
But
I'm going to tell you guys right now that is in the chat that's over here making comments. I promise this great pirate I am interviewing that if you call him a certain name, I am not going to put that up on the screen. So if you keep calling him that's cool that you're having fun. But if you want the comment up on the screen, don't.
No, go ahead and put it up. I want to see who these scallywags are.
Okay,
So if I ever run into them somewhere, I know who they are.
Okay, you got Jared Thornton who said Captain Crunch. I'll just read them to you then. You got Billy Jones saying, "Hey, Captain should not be long at Long John Silver's." Oh God, he said, "Tell him."
What are you going to do, wrestling fans?
Right? I mean, they've been doing it the whole show. I just haven't been putting it up there because I made you the promise.
Well, that's good. That's good. Does your show get an audience around you in the Carolinas?
Oh, yeah, sure. I average about 5,000 views in the places where I put #truth. Altogether, I average about 5,000 views.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
5,000 people have been watching me. I'd have cleaned up a little bit. I'd have shaved a little bit if I'd have known.
It's taken me about 5 years to build this. I'm still working on it. I see so many people go, "Oh man, I want to start a blog," or "I want to start," and it goes for like a month, and then they're like, "That's too much work,"
for
man.
3 years. You
Labor of
know,
love for me. It's a labor of love for me. I love putting everybody over in the independent scene. There's a lot of great podcasters in our area. You saw one a little bit ago, Ron Emerson, who's been talking to you about Key West. Ron Emerson's got another podcast in the area called Straight Up Wrestling Show. If you look on my page, Scott Larson, if you look on my Facebook page, we did a show last night with 6 podcasts. One was actually from overseas in UK,
wow.
but 5 of us are all from the same area in North Carolina, South Carolina. So
That's cool. That's cool. You know, you were talking about what you do in a labor of love. That's kind of what working in indie professional wrestling is too. You know,
Right.
it's I enjoy it. In fact, we had a promotion closed down here. It was up in the area. It was the second time they were the ones to give me the second shot. Okay, and really great locker room, great people, great fans. They just got tired of doing it after I think 12 years. You know,
Right.
I actually did a shoot promo, and you know, and thanking the fans for you know, for calling me Captain Crunch, you know, for even having that I can instill that you know, a little bit of hate and a little bit of suspension of belief, you know, for a half an hour. I mean, you know, we're still in, and we've been in tough times for a good while now in this country.
Right.
And if I can go out and for my 10 minutes, if I can entertain those people and piss them off and get them mad and have them chant Captain Crunch, for that 10 minutes, they forgot about their worries.
That's it. That's what wrestling's all about for me, man. When I go to a wrestling show, I am loud, I am proud, I root for the good guys, I boo the bad guys. I don't sit on my hands, and for 3 hours or however long the show is going, I am nowhere but there. Nothing in my life exists except for that squared circle.
Well, you know, I've just been a wrestling fan before I ever got involved in it. I'd have to defend that because it's you know, a lot of people don't understand professional wrestling and why people watch it. You know,
you're in the business. It becomes a lifestyle. It's not just. It's a lifestyle.
But even years ago, before I ever had any idea that I'd be in the business, you know what I told him? I said, you know what? Professional wrestling is the one last place in the entertainment business where you know who the good guy is and you know who the bad guy is.
Right.
We don't know that in politics. We don't know that in relationships. We don't know that in daily life, who the bad guy and who the good guy is. In professional wrestling, we make sure when we walk out there, you know.
Right.
And you know, and get those cheers out and get those boos out.
That's
you know?
it. Don't go to
that guy cut you off. You know, you wanna boo him.
It drives me nuts. It drives me nuts to go to a wrestling show and there's 200 people there. At most indie shows, 200 people is a nice crowd.
Yeah.
If you go to a wrestling show of 200 people and there's only 10 people cheering, that drives me nuts.
You know, I've worked in front of probably as high as 400, 500 people.
Right.
That crowd was the worst crowd I've ever worked in front of.
Wow.
But I've gone out and worked in front of 40 people. And they're the greatest, you know, and I don't, you know, and they shouldn't get short change because there's only 40 of them. They paid good money to be there and they paid to be entertained.
Right.
And so, you know, if you're in the locker room and you think because there's only 40 people out there, you don't have to go out and give 150%, then you probably ought to get out of the business. You know, you're not doing it for the right reasons.
Even as a fan, I say that all the time. But I have to say, they are all getting on to me over here about one guy even said, look at this. He said, great idea to book a heel pirate and don't show comments making fun of him because I wouldn't show the Captain Crunch comments. He's like, this is true. It's true. I should have been showing him. That is my bad.
You are. What's his name?
Joey Nugs.
Joey Nugs, that was not my choice. I can take it.
My choice. That's my
can
bad.
take it.
That's my
I
bad.
don't like it, but that was his. That was his best. If you ever see me live somewhere, you better call me Captain Crunch as loud as you can.
Well, he said, you know how I am. You know how I am, Joey. He said at the beginning of the show, I don't want nobody calling me. And I know he was playing his character, but he said, I don't want anybody calling me Captain Crunch. So I took it to heart. I'm a fan. If he tells me don't call me Captain, then I'm not going to do it. I guess I'm just too nice of a guy. I'm too nice of a guy.
Reeled you in on that one, didn't it?
Yeah, you did. I told you, when I'm on here or I'm in front of a wrestling ring, nothing else in the world exists. So
do you really think, look at me, do you really think call me Captain Crunch would really piss me off?
Not really.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Now,
y'all can try. Y'all can try.
Right.
And like I said, I have left buildings before. I have left buildings before because they wouldn't shut up. You know.
Ron wants to know: do you work in Richmond, Virginia?
No, I haven't, but I would.
There you go.
Richmond is probably 2 hours from me.
Okay. Danny Lee Moore said, I've been working around the captain for a good 5 years now. Everything he says is true. EPPW, it was sad to see it go.
That's right. Yeah, it was. It was. That was a good. Hopefully, at the end, they left their little crack in the door that maybe they'll be back. But they were a good. Never drew a big crowd, but they were a good crowd. They were loyal fans.
Joey,
I even consider somebody who cusses me out and goes nose to nose with me and calls me Captain Crunch. That's a loyal fan.
Hey, not a doubt. Joey Nuggs, and you might have done this before, but Joey Nuggs said you should tell the men you're just mad because your ladies love my crunch berries.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You might have to use it.
I have to give him credit on that.
Without a doubt. Well, sir, we have been on here for an hour and 7 minutes. It has been a pleasure having you on my show. I would love to have you back. If you keep going in your managerial, I would love to see you come down to North Carolina. And if you would come back Friday night on my page right here, Scott Larson, I will be interviewing this guy right here who's up here in the middle. That is Maccabee, and he's the one that runs Pro Wrestling Union. So he will be.
I'd be willing to come down there. It might be might just be a one-shot deal because that's let me see. Charlotte is 6 hours for me.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's a good trek.
But I'd be willing to do it. There
you go. Well, I will definitely give him your information. And as far as information goes, we're going to go out with you telling everybody how they can get a hold of you. If they're a promoter, how can they get a hold of you? Give us any websites we can come to or anything where we can see, or tell us where you're going to be in the near future as far as shows or movies or anything else that you're doing. Let us know your information, sir.
Oh, let me see. Well, that Scallywag, Jesse L. Green, he's got some movies coming out. Just finished one last weekend called A Tip of the Hat. I've got one coming out called The Mortician. Got another one called it's something business. And got 2 or 3 more coming out. Best way to follow me is I'm getting better on social media, but man, I'm trying to set up it's not called a website, but it's a guy had a fancy name for it, and trying to get that set up. But the best thing is to go on Jesse Green, and there's a couple hundred of us, so you have to look for I make sure on the Jesse Green I keep the pirate pictures up there, so people know when they get to me. I used to have Jesse L. Green, and I was the only one, but for some reason back in December I got locked out of that. Still haven't figured out. Nobody hacked me or anything. I I just can't get in to do anything.
Facebook has a way of doing stupid stuff like that, bro. Let me tell you, they've locked a lot of people out in the last couple of years. This cancel culture crap, where you say a certain word and they will shut you down on Facebook, and I think it's ridiculous. But
and I personally try not to voice any opinions on Facebook.
oh, I would say that.
Because you voice any opinion, pro or con, about something, you're going to piss off 50% of the people.
Right.
And I want to keep the fans. My personal opinions are my personal opinions. Nobody gives a shit what a rusty old pirate, what his opinion is. But anyhow, so Jesse Green on Facebook, and my email address is all lowercase JESGREEN at earthlink.net. And that's the best way to get me if any bookers out there. Like I said, I'm working on social media, but man, there's so many people out there that say, "Yeah, I'll help you with that," and then you get halfway through and they go,
right?
And I'm not computer literate at all. I'm like, they might as well drop me in a dark alley somewhere and tell me to walk home. I have no idea what's going on. But anyhow, that's the best way to get it. Man, I enjoyed it tonight, Scott. Anytime you want me back on, hopefully I can get down to the Carolina.
And more about Pirates, and talk more about your movies. I would love to hear. You say you got a lot of movies coming up. I would love you to come back on, even the movie part. It doesn't even have to be.
I'll tell you, maybe I'll come back on. Maybe I can talk Jesse L. Green into coming on.
That'll be great. That'll be great. We'll have him on.
He's the movie guy.
Like
he's the movie guy.
Well, that is awesome. Well, I'm going to end the show like this, guys. You can call him what you want. You can call him Captain Crunch. You can call him Blackbeard. You can call him anything. Just make sure you get out to all the indie shows where Captain D Capitate is at. You're not going to regret it at all. He's definitely got a bounty of bad things to say to you. And I'd
like to say this was a real pleasure tonight, but it wasn't. It wasn't at all.
And that's the hashtag truth. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.